Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning from New Jersey. Fired up episode live. We got some interesting flames in the background today. Lisa came up with something very cool here. I don't know.
Just found it.
Are those in shot glasses? I mean,
Possibly, maybe.
that could be like one of those flaming shots. I don't know. But we're fired up today. We have a very good episode ahead of us here, I think. Coming down still from last week's Food Equipment Service Leaders Summit. I saw the number one session was with Dan Deibler. I saw that this morning. The number one rated session by one vote was Dan Deibler and manufacturer service partnerships. And there's some chatter going on about what's next and how we're going to work some things out with Dan. So stay tuned for all that. If you're not in the Fed group, get over there right now so you don't miss it. So let's get into the episode. I have a special guest today who you may or may not know, but we're going to bring him in. He's going to introduce himself. This is Irvin. All right, we're going to bring him in. There he is, the CEO president of ASI Precision Solutions, and he's down in Ohio.
Yep.
Down there in America, and
America.
That's right.
I feel like I should be drinking Budweiser.
So for those that don't know, we have some people that are jumping in the live right now. Welcome. For those who don't know, Aaron, give a little intro on to who you are.
Aaron Irvin, owner, president, CEO of ASI Precision Solutions. We've been here about 10 years. Crawled, scraped, did everything we could. Basically went from a one-man show out of my garage to where we've now got 15 technicians. We're into our second building. We've actually got 2 extra trucks sitting out there. So anybody looking for a job here in Ohio, we need some hot side guys. Yes, so, yes. We've got 2 trucks sitting here waiting to put people in them. We're just moving along. We believe in word of mouth. We believe we're trying to help change this industry. We're trying to help be the change.
Yes, sir.
And enjoying every single thing that you guys are doing here at Fed Nation and the summit and everything like that.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you. I know we got some things we're going to get fired up about today, and I think we'll just get right into it. Let's not delay. We have people joining. If you have any questions or comments throughout this live, throw them in the comments. If you're on Facebook, give StreamYard permission to see your name so we know who we're talking to. And Aaron, listen, let's talk about encouragement, because this is an industry that could easily discourage anybody at any given time, and I'll just start the conversation, growing up in the business and industry, seeing my dad just get beat up in that service manager seat. Shout out to all the service managers that are throwing it down every day. It's not easy. That is the hot seat in the building. And I've seen him so many nights and just discouraged. And, listen, he was a hard worker. That discouragement didn't stop him. He came in every day. He was here at 5 a.m., stayed until it was done. So, we're fast forward. We're 2021. I'm trying to keep that positive mindset, trying to get people around me to feel the love, to feel the motivation. Let's talk about encouragement, Aaron, from your perspective. What's encouragement mean to you?
It goes all the way from the uppers all the way down to the bottom. Even if you got technicians that are out and they've got new guys that coming in and things like that, you can joke, but be careful how you joke. You can discourage a brand new technician in a heartbeat. Constantly telling them how they suck, constantly telling them, oh, you're going to screw that up. You know what? That's not building confidence. And this industry is about confidence. If you don't have confidence, you're going to second guess yourself. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to continue just going down that path of mistakes. And it moves up into management. Don't discourage your people. If they want to go to another company because there's a better opportunity, if they want to start their own business, encourage them. I'm not saying you have to take your money out of your pocket and get them going, but you know what? Don't tell them they're going to fail. Don't tell them they're going to suck. They're going to, they may turn around in 5 years and need to come back to you, and don't burn that bridge. Just like you tell them, don't burn the bridge. Yeah. I've had technicians come back to me, wanting to come back, because they thought the grass was greener, and they figured out just because the money was greener, it wasn't a better company. And then it moves up into the establishments that we're part of, the groups that we're part of. Don't keep that good old boy club going. I came into this business and I got very discouraged. Went to a couple conferences and didn't know anybody. Nobody knew me. I got how you doing? I sat in the corner. I was the lonely guy. Just, couldn't get a word in for anything. When I tried to talk to people, I got, that's not the way we do it. It's not broken. It's not broken. And I got very discouraged. Things are starting to change, and we've joined back with some of those conferences and joined back with some of those groups and everything. And we can see a lot of, I'm very encouraged about all it's not just young guys in this summit. It was a lot of guys, a lot of experience, just encouraging each other. Never once was my company, it was always, dude, what can we do to help you too?
Yes.
Just very encouraging, and different, not a regular fired up. A lot of times I think of fired up as I'm pissed off. I'm not. I'm happy. I'm encouraged. This summit really encouraged me, and hoping I can take that encouragement and encourage my team too.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Fired up is not being pissed off, right? It's about being passionate and excited for different things that are happening around us, and thinking about the old saying. Sometimes you hear it's lonely at the top. Talking about these men that were at the conference, right? That were speaking and giving their knowledge and their wisdom and their experience, like Danny Kuntz at it for 3 decades plus. The wealth of knowledge that he was willing to give. Dan Deibler coming out with his experience, Roger Smelser, all these men that are coming out and they're just willing to help. These guys are at the top of their game. So is it lonely at the top? I'm gonna change the narrative and say it's not lonely at the top. There's people up there that are encouraging you to do better. They want you to do good. They want you to do well. So when you're working towards something, stay encouraged and look at the top. The encouragement lies at the top. You're not going to be lonely up there. And you started having me think when you're talking about encouragement, talking about technicians, and we got to build these people up. I just had a meeting yesterday, Aaron, with one of my top senior technicians, because he's a top performer. And I want to start, we're putting together, I don't want to call it a class, but more of an intimate kind of setting where we're going to bring in maybe 3 guys at a clip, and we're going to dive in to what makes this guy a top performer. And we sat down and we're going to put bullet points together, because, you have your A guys, your B guys, your C guys, and that's in any business. But you want your C guy to want to be the B guy, and you want your B guy to want to be the A guy. And you want to make sure that everybody's staying on track with that. So we're going to sit down and we're going to encourage these guys. I'm not going to sit down with them and go, hey, listen, you really had a really horrible first quarter. Let me show you how you sucked the first quarter. I want to show, listen, you know what? Listen, brother, you guys came in every day. You were never late. You showed up. You know what? We got to work on some things as far as, our part sales maybe, or whatever it is it might be. But let's work on that. Let's talk with Dave, who does this day in and day out. If you want to be the best of the best, this guy's going to show you how. And he's willing to give his time and to encourage the team around him, because he knows it's his team. This is his company. He wants it to be built up and thrive so he can get more. That's what this is all about.
Absolutely. That's, you say that, and I want to take my laptop out there and show you, but I'll basically just let you know. This last week, one of the things that we did is we put up a recognition board, and it's not me going in there or my wife going in there or anything. It is each tech or each employee There's a little packet of stickies. You write somebody's name on it. You write what they did, and you encourage them. You raise them up. You know, and we're like, this is going to be corny. There's already a dozen names up there, and people we're getting the feedback of, I love it. You know, I love being able to come in and see that somebody recognized that I did this small thing, and you know, it's the little things it's the little things that can make or break us, and you know, so it's encouragement and discouragement. I mean, there's a fine line. Never saying not have fun. It's just you got to be careful how you're having fun. Just like you said when you're having your reviews, be careful how you start that review. Start that review with a negative, and you've lost that guy.
It's over.
You start it with a positive, and we need to fix a couple things, but they're going, you know what? He's recognizing me. He's recognizing that I am hardworking and I am here every day.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, that's the nature of the beast, really. And it's not just any business, but, you know, we have technicians out there, and they're in their vans, and, you know, sometimes they could feel like they're on an island. They're out there by themselves all day. You know, those little things mean so much. And I just got reminded of how those little things mean so much. I got a card in the mail, snail mail, old school, from someone on Monday. And it just basically was encouraging. And it said, Rich, you really nailed it on the Food Equipment Service Leader Summit. You have arrived. We're here for you for anything you need. I mean, these are just words on a card. But this person took time out of their day to sit down and handwrite this, put a stamp on it, go to the post office. And I mean, there was a feel-good moment for me. And it reminded me we have to make sure that we're staying in touch with our technicians out there on the field, because they need to feel the love. They need to feel like they're part of the culture that you're trying to build. Because when you're out there on the road and you're driving up and down parkways and turnpikes, their minds are racing. Oh, I wonder what's going on in the office. I wonder who knows what they start building up these stories, and those stories become real. And then those become their perception of the business and the company. Yep. So maybe encourage everybody today, if you are running a service team, any industry that you might be watching for, shoot them a text message, one sentence, and say, hey, I appreciate you. You're not alone. Anything you need, I'm here. Or whatever you want to do.
It's small, but you know what? It could perk that guy's day up today, and he could just have the best day in the world. So, or even, you know, your dispatchers or your parts people or whatever, you know, just encourage them. It's those little things, and it doesn't take much time. I don't have time to sit down and recognize that person. I don't have, my day gets, you know what? We're on these things all day, every day. It's there you go. Just a quick text. You know, I'm driving constantly. Voice to text. I don't know if I messed up the one I sent to you, but 9 times out of 10, I'll send something and I swear it says something about the dragon pulling a sword, and I meant to say whatever. But most of them laugh at my texts that come through.
Yeah.
So
no, I got your text message. It said, "Make a left at the dragon counter and call me from the sword place." Yeah, that's what that was.
There you go.
It was weird. It was weird. I didn't know how to respond.
It's funny when those come out at 2 a.m, though.
Yeah. So, Aaron, what else is going on in Ohio? 15 guys. You guys busy? What's going on your day? Let's talk about your day. What's going on with your day today? What do you got? What do you got ahead of you?
Today's a little bit more of a fun day. Today we're having staff meeting. Actually, 2 staff meetings. Going to give a shout out to Qdoba. We have some lunch coming in from Qdoba.
Love Qdoba.
And with COVID going on, we still don't have everybody coming in at in one meeting. So we have 2 separate meetings going on, and we provide food for both sets of meetings. They'll be able to get some burrito bowls, tacos, whatever they want to make up, and have some food. Gives us a chance to pass along some information. We're also going to have we have a little contest. I don't know if you want to say it a contest or a little encouragement thing going on right now. And basically, if anybody gets their COVID shots, we're giving them $100. You go get your COVID shot, bring in that you got your second one or Johnson first one, and we'll give you $100. Just trying to encourage them. We know we're going to have some customers coming out and saying, you guys can't come in and work unless you have those.
Right.
So, it's our way of trying to get the team just together and show them that it's important to us as a company.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. It's one of those things in the world that we're living in. We have to be aware and looking 10 steps ahead. So that's definitely something that might be coming. I know a few of our guys are already done. So that's a great thing. We have something here that we call it's pod decks, right? So we just pull them out of the thing. it's a random questions or random, I guess, statements, topics.
Okay.
Lisa pulled this one out. I'm putting you on the spot. If you had to teach a class on one thing, what would you teach?
Was it bad that my mind went to tequila and cigars? No. Honestly, I would say, what I was fired up about today was encouragement and trying to, and I'll go along that lines and go communication. Okay. Because with our communication, our words can make or break, and it's very easy to get pissed off and let our words come out without thinking about them and not realizing the detriment that might have. So our communication's got to be good. Don't give one word answers. Don't, somebody asks you a question, just don't answer back. No. Don't answer back. Good. Use full words, use full sentences. Yeah. Explain why you're telling somebody something. One thing that kind of pet peeve of mine is I'll see communication going back and forth between the team, and a question and be asked and I'll get a one-word answer come back, and then another question comes back and another one-word answer, and I'll finally break in and go, okay, can you guys have complete sentences with each other or pick up the phone, because this is a waste of time. You guys are wasting each other's time, and you almost sound pissed off that you got to talk to each other. So pick up the phone, talk to each other, and, no hurt feelings. You guys can get it done in 5 seconds, where these emails are going back and forth. It's just not accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
Yep. So communication, I guess, would be, one of the classes I would love to teach, and love everybody to try to improve on. Try to think about the words that we use and how we use them, and complete sentences. Whether it's a write up on the job, whether it's a write up that we're sending to a customer, whether whatever, a fellow person in the business. Encouragement and words and communication is a big thing.
It sure is. And, and I talk about this too a lot, Malachi cares. That's like the hashtag tagline I've made. And I always say care equals communication. Care equals communication, because everybody in the channel that we work with every day needs to know what's going on. And if we're not giving that to them, we're failing. That's the really, when you boil down our industry, we have our technicians in the field. We say that's the lifeblood of the business. They're out there in the trench. They're repairing this equipment. They're getting people back online, back doing business, back working. But there's so many things that go into getting that tech there, and maybe when parts need to be ordered or quotes or whatever needs to happen. So maybe you're doing a warranty call. The rep and the dealer want to know what's going on. The manufacturer wants to know what's going on. The customer wants to know what's going on. Internally, there's got to be massive communication all day long. It's got to be loud. We got to be chattering. That really.
I got an automatic light.
Uh-oh. So do we. That's why you see me moving all the time. I'm over here making sure the lights stay on. But that's we're in the communication business. When you look at it, I mean, that's what it really is. You see all these email chains. Even yesterday, there was like 4 emails going back and forth with a customer of mine, a good customer, and finally I just said, "Listen, I gotta pick up the phone." I said, Listen, I think there's some things getting lost in translation here. Let me just talk to you about this. Sometimes you got to pick up the phone. I know we are stuck on our text messages and emails, and it just seems easier. Sometimes it is just easier to pick up the phone, but
Yes.
The bottom line is communicate. We are working super hard in this building to get better at that. And I know it's an uphill battle, and it's a forever game. We're going to continue to improve it. 5 years from now, we're going to say, damn, we got to communicate better. I know it, but we're going to make leaps and bounds day by day as we get through it. I got some other stuff for you here. I'm putting you on the spot again. You ready?
3 things. What?
3 things I wish I had done differently. You can go all the way back to when you were 12. Anything. 3 things you wish you had done differently.
I won't go into specifics, but there's some choices I definitely would have made as when I was younger. I believe we're all a product of our choices. So I wouldn't change where I ended up, but I wish I definitely would have made some better choices being younger. I look back and I go, how in the heck am I not dead?
Yeah, I have some of those stories.
I definitely would have made different choices there. I probably would have started this business earlier.
Okay.
I think getting the encouragement and getting the push and the drive to do it, getting the courage to do it. It was I wish that I could have started it sooner. I think we could have been a bigger change, help with the bigger change before we are now. And I'd say third choice. Are we allowed to mention names?
As long as it's not going to hurt somebody.
We'll just throw second wife out there. That's it.
There you go. Hey, listen, it's real. That's real.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yep.
So, Aaron, before we, I guess, get ready to take this one down, maybe we'll bring up some comments and peruse them real quick, so we can go back to some of the beginning. I'll let Lisa bring them up as she feels fit. Taz Sutherland. He said, I love this. I've been the quiet guy in the corner, but when I learned to be the noisy guy in the room, I found more people want to be noisy as well. It's usually just a couple of people that don't want change. So
Taz encourages me every day. I love listening to Taz and when he gets on his little rants and
yep,
and all that.
Thank God for Taz, man. He is a unique individual, and he's got a lot of knowledge and insight into so many things. And that's something to take away from Taz's comment. If you're out there in the industry, no matter where you fall in the food equipment industry, no matter where you fall into that category, even in any industry, if you're just watching, don't be a wallflower. I mean, I was a wallflower in the beginning, and maybe sometimes when you're just starting, you're just trying to get your feet wet. So maybe that's okay. But there's got to be a time where you say, okay, I've been at this, coming to these conferences, meeting people for the last 2 years. I gotta get involved. I gotta say something. I gotta be part of this. Very, very important for that. What else we got?
I think Jesus was answering the question of what class would he teach, 3 things he would change.
3 things that Jesus would change.
He work on a better education. He would save the money he recklessly spent. And in the class, I think he would teach is communication.
The class he would teach is communication. So everyone's on board with communication. And saving the money that he recklessly spent. I think we all probably went out and did some silly things with our money at some point. But
yes.
What else? That's about it. I think that's about it for the comments right now.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, Hernandez Happenings. That's my sister. She says this community is amazing. She's just doing that to try to be encouraging. So
thanks for the communication.
She's trying to encourage her brother. So I appreciate your encouragement, sister. So listen, as we take this one down, we covered a lot of stuff on. We're fired up on positivity today. I could feel that. I feel that. I feel the love. I feel the encouragement. I feel all that. What else do we want to leave everybody with? Stay
the course. Be the change. That's I've made a couple joking comments in the group. First step is recognizing that there's a problem, and I firmly believe that we've now got enough people that have taken that step out and said there is a problem. Now we all need to be the change. Continue the encouragement. I love the encouragement. I've gotten so many other leaders out there of companies in different markets and reaching out. I've got conference calls tonight. I've got others coming this week that I've got calls made up, and just being able to talk to these people from other companies.
Yep.
When you're getting these young guys that are starting out, and I'm still young. Our company's still young. Don't get me wrong, but my name is getting out there a little bit now. I've actually had, talk to people and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've heard of you." What do you mean you've heard of us?
Yeah.
So
nice.
That's encouraging.
It is.
You talk to these young people, do whatever you can to help them, build them up. They may not be taking over the world, but they got their little niche that they're taking over, and everybody is needed. Everybody's wanted. Everybody needs to help us bring this thing through to, hopefully it's not a finish line. Just continue the marathon of making a change and be the change.
Yeah, be the change. This is a marathon, right? This is a marathon. We're not here for a short time. We're not playing the short game. This is the long game. This is forever. So, Aaron, before we go, let everybody know where they can find you. What's your website and everything?
We're at www.asiprecisionsolutions.com.
Okay.
Don't judge it too hard. That was self-made. My wife actually made that. So we're there. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. Anybody can reach out to me. Am I allowed to give my number out?
Of course.
Okay. Cell phone 740-398-1496, or you can call the office 614-602-1396. If I don't answer, leave me a voicemail. I'll call you back. I get a lot of spam, so sometimes I just send straight to email.
I hear you. Yeah, but, and then of course, so we'll check that out. And then commercial kitchen equipment, you're servicing, cooking. Are you doing refrigeration?
We do cooking, refrigeration, HVAC. We do whatever. Heck, we've replaced seals on toilets. It's whatever the customer wants. We like to be a one-stop shop. Yeah,
we just, you know what? Talking about that before we go, that's another thing too. Like we're just replacing. We're doing front doors on restaurants now. Customers say, "Can you do that?" I said, "Well, if these guys could replace or could repair, combi ovens that look like spaceships when you open them up, I think we could fix the door." So yeah, we're starting to do that stuff too. So that's the other thing that you're going to find in this industry. You're going to find can-do attitudes. We don't like to say no to things.
Yep.
So Aaron, you're down in Ohio. You're running 15 guys, cooking, refrigeration, HVAC. You're killing it. Anyone who's down in the Ohio area, if you're looking for a partner, that's what Aaron is. That's what his company is. This is another fired up episode. I appreciate you joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Thanks, Lisa.
Bye, Aaron.
We'll see you on the next episode. Stay fired up.
Fired up.